Good evening. All right. Somebody asked me about spear edge alignment. How do you align that thing? I was posting a video of me cutting with this beautiful Hanwei last summer, and the edge alignment came up. So I did answer them, but it got me thinking I should do a little video on this. So the way they do it with this, do a horse stance here, this Hanwei is there. You can see the nice right angle here. Right there, that corner, they flatten the bottom section of the shaft up until about here. So invariably, at some point or another, you're going to come into contact with that part of the shaft. Whether you're just doing some thrusting action, but if you want to do, say, a cut down, you need to be able to turn the edge so it's facing where you want it to go. The other question would be, do you have enough time? Wouldn't that take a little too long? So if you're doing a cut and you're in a stance, a kamae, and you're throwing the spear up over your head, spinning it around, I have to be very careful. Boom, I know I'm doing it really slow, but even doing it fast, you have enough time. In fact, your reaction time to the sense of touch and contact is faster than sight. So if you're fighting somebody and you're grappling with them, your reaction time, like in BJJ, for example, is spot on compared to if you're boxing or striking. So your contact reaction time is fast enough. So I can't really play with that spear inside too much because that's a decent size. The Condor Yari, though, nice and small. I'm 5'8", so there's some context. As you're flipping it around and you want to do some side cuts or Bo Fury type cuts here, or say, you're bringing it up and around and want to attack this way, they have a cool way to do it on this spear. This spear was, it's round, it's relatively cheap, it's just a spearhead they send separately and you screw it on to the shaft and it's got some paracord wrap here. But one thing I noticed about the paracord wrap, and I don't think they mention it in the description, is it has these knots on the sides. So you can see that there. So these knots on the sides create ridges. So what I did is when I put the spear on, I lined up the blade edges to those lines. And at some point or another, as you're messing with this thing, you do come into contact with those and you can feel it, turn your edge alignment, and cut up, no problem. I wouldn't even say it takes a little practice. If you know how to use one of these weapons and you're comfortable flipping them around and changing direction with them, I think you'll be fine. I really do, because if I can do it, you can do it. I am a clear belt when it comes to this stuff, but I do like to mess with them. And I do really like the idea that the Hanwei has a tapered off back end. This has paracord wrap, and that kind of gives me some ideas on the spear that I'm making, which is also ideally, hopefully, I'll find out, for cutting and stabbing, thrusting. And this is a round shaft that I got from, I think it was actually Hanwei. And I'm working the back end a little bit now because I want to put a butt cap on it. I want to put a butt cap on the Condor as well. I think it would make the weighting on it just perfect. The shaft is probably less than 1 inch in diameter on the Condor. On this, it's 1 1/4 inches, like a typical bow staff would be. So this has some more weight, more mass to it. The Condor could use a little oomph on the other end. But yeah, if you guys have any cool ideas on edge alignment on spears, please share with me. And it just got me to thinking about how these companies actually had a little foresight into making their spears just that much better. All right, cool. Thanks, guys, and have a good night.